This entire season has just been full of game after game after game week after game week of interesting conversations to be had. Interesting things happening, interesting games, interesting matchups, key moments, VAR, last minute winners, and it literally continued even more this past weekend, and we're going to cover it all in Fiyin's final take. Now, there's only one place to start this past weekend, and it's the Arsenal-Man City game. Now, going into this game, I don't know why, because I remember the 5-1 from last season. I thought to myself, okay, Arsenal going to this game, Man City are even more vulnerable than I think they were last year. Going to this game aggressive. Going to this game, start Eze in the middle. I don't know if Saka was injured, so you can't start him, but just go aggressive, attack them, put the pressure on them, and you win the game. You win the game comfortably. I don't think Man City have enough to contend with Arsenal as Arsenal currently are constructed. And then I see that lineup, and I'm just like, I've seen this lineup from Arsenal maybe 5 or so times in the last year or so. It doesn't work. That midfield does not work. It's too flat. It's too rigid. It's too similar. Too many players of similar kind of skill sets. I need a little bit more creativity in that Arsenal midfield. And as a Liverpool fan watching this game, I'm thinking to myself, this is great. This is exactly what I want as a Liverpool fan. I want to see Arsenal go into this game with a weak kind of lineup, a weak mindset. Because I saw that lineup and I saw 4 center backs as a defense, and then 3 DM or holding or kind of midfielders, 7 defensive players and a goalkeeper. That's not enough. That's not what you should be going into a game like of this magnitude with. But even so, Arsenal were possessing the ball, controlling the game to some extent. But it wasn't really going anywhere. And because you don't have that creative spark, creative outlet, none of the possession matters. And that's what ended up happening. Man City got the ball. The first moment that they had, anything going forward, and they scored. Reinders holds. This is great. I'm sure Haaland probably yelled at him from like 10 yards back and said, "I'm coming behind you." Or he probably just knows that Haaland is that kind of player. I'm coming behind you. Waits perfectly weighted pass. And Haaland slots it in, of course he does, right? As he so often does against Arsenal. I think only one season he didn't score against Arsenal. Every other game he scored or had an assist. And it just continued. The pressure continued. It wasn't until halftime that Eze comes in, Saka comes in. Saka understand because he was injured. But I'm thinking to myself, start the game with this mentality. Start the game aggressive. You've had all this talk about how Ethan Nwaneri is the future and all. I would like to see him start the game. It sounds crazy to say that, but have him start the game. Why not? But it was so interesting because I've never seen Guardiola set up his team in that fashion, right? I've never seen him set up a team to not lose. He's always like, I want to be on the front foot. I want to go and win the game. He set up the team and he was like, I don't want to lose this game, which was a shock to me, was a surprise to me. Because I've never seen Guardiola behave in that way. It's kind of him accepting the last 2 seasons, okay, I'm not the best team anymore. I don't have the best talent. I have to adapt to the times that are changing. And I like that because I've always had my criticisms about Guardiola. I said he's a great manager when he has the best talent. But when he doesn't have the best talent, you're going to see a different side to this guy. And I think we're seeing that in the last year, and we're going to see it again this year, where Man City probably goes trophyless again. But from the Arsenal's perspective, second half starts, and then they look a lot better. They look more aggressive. They're taking more shots. They're forcing saves. And why did that happen? If you started the game like that, you probably could win this game 2-3-1. But you let Man City get the lead and then just hold off the rest of the game. Basically, removing half of what you could have done from the start of the game. The game doesn't start. And I'll just mention something about, I think about my finishers, the people that finish the game. I'm thinking to myself, what kind of mentality is that? Think about killing the game off in the first half. Why are you so reactionary as a manager? And I keep saying it, what's going to stop Arsenal from winning this league or winning major trophies is the way this guy approaches big games like this. This is not the way an Arsenal team fighting for the league should be approaching a game of this magnitude. But look, at the end of the day, they salvaged the draw at the end. And people are going to say, it's a great goal. For me, look, it's a great pass. It's a great lob. But Donnarumma has to make a decision there. Either you rush the player, or you get back to your line. But just standing on your penalty spot, looking lost, I don't understand it. And people were talking about Donnarumma made this save, made that save. Donnarumma is a good shot stopper. Yes, he's going to make saves. In the Arsenal tie last season against PSG, he made a great save from Odegaard, made a couple good saves in that game. But he doesn't make saves that, that are so like mind-boggling. When he needs to make a decision on the ball, make a decision claiming a cross, make a decision like not standing in the middle of your penalty spot, you see Donnarumma's flaws. And I've always said Donnarumma's flaws are not talent-based, it's mindset-based. The mistakes he makes are just mindset mistakes. And he's going to continue to do that. You're not going to just change who you are as a 26-year-old keeper. You've been a keeper for 10 years. You're not going to just change your mentality now. Maybe he matures a little bit more, but it's going to be the same. And that's even me nitpicking. Okay, I'm not going to say it's 100% his fault. It's a great finish. It's a great lob. But from both of these teams, as a Liverpool fan watching this game, all I can say to myself is, I don't think either of these teams are winning this league. Not because Liverpool are far and away a superior team to everybody, but I look at Man City's team and I look at Arsenal's manager, and I think those things are gonna handicap them in winning this league. But overall, it's a great game as a neutral to watch. Just not having any interest in the game, and I think this was probably the result I wanted. I wanted Man City to win because it would make them both be 6 points behind us, but this effectively, for me, takes Man City out of the title race. I know it's early, but this gap is too much. And Man City are not the type of team to go 10 wins in a row anymore. They just don't have that quality anymore. And similarly, Liverpool are not going to lose 3-4 games in a row. So that gap is too big. Arsenal can still make it up, but I don't know where Arteta. I don't know what the mentality is, but it's not good enough. Moving on, Manchester United, Chelsea. This game was a shock to my system. Honestly, I got to the game late. Like, I got to the game after the 10th minute. Started watching after the 10th minute, but I see Sanchez gets a red card. Then I just see Enzo Maresca subbing off all his attackers. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you subbing off all your attack? This is still Manchester United. You need Neto, you need Esteval, you need these guys to stretch the back line, make runs in behind, soak up pressure, launch a long ball from Enzo or Caicedo to Neto, to Esteval, whatever, and then attack from that way. But you just effectively sub off 3 of your attackers. I think Palmer got injured, but 3 of your attackers in the first 20 minutes. You're done. You have nothing going forward anymore. And that is it. And from that point on, Man United just, as you should at home, dominated the game. Bruno Fernandes scores, Casemiro scores, and then Casemiro, it's one of those red cards that I don't want to say I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. I think it's tough because he does kind of pull him back a little bit before he makes the tackle. So I understand that kind of pulling motion contributes to the yellow card. He gets the ball cleanly, but I think that pulling motion was what cost him. And the position in the field that he was, I kind of feel like you have to make that tackle. You kind of have to stop the attack. But it's an unfortunate way for him to go out. And then our Chelsea, second half, as you would, is 10 to 10. You're down 2-0. Press on, attack, and Chalobah gets the goal. It's a great header. It's a great cross from I think Reece James. But again, just like the Arsenal City game, I look at this game and I think to myself, I haven't learned anything about these teams. Nothing new. United, you're expected to beat a team when they have 10 men. You're just expected to do that, right? Chelsea, again, it's like immaturity. I think that's the word I'm looking for, from not just players but from management. Like, yes, Chelsea had a great season last season, right? Club World Cup, Conference League, a great season. But there's still some moments where I watch Chelsea play, and I watch the team that they have out there, and I watch the manager, and I think to myself, there's still some growing pains in this team. Like, this team is too young overall, and this kind of game kind of shows that. Inexplicable decision to come out and tackle Mbeumo to start the game. Inexplicable decision to take off your counter, attacking threats. Inexplicable decision from Casemiro. Just inexplicable decision from both teams, and this is what we're gonna continue seeing all season from, I think, both of these teams. Just errors, lapse in concentration, lapse in judgment, immaturity, and we're gonna continue seeing this throughout the season. Now, for Man United, this is a great win. Forget the red card, forget the Maresca substitutions. You win against Chelsea at home. This is a great win. I don't know how United fans feel about this. I mean, obviously, as a fan, you want your team to win every game. But this game only helps Ruben Amorim's cause, right? It only makes him look better. Now, I think the next couple of games are against Brentford, maybe Sunderland. I think those caliber of teams, right? United can win 2-3 in a row before they now face Liverpool. But if you've won 2-3 in a row and then you face Liverpool and lose, it's not going to be as critical of a, because at the point United are going through right now, win those two games, they should be in the top half. Top 6. United should definitely be in the top. Let me look at this table right now. United are currently in 11th with 7 points. 2 wins is 13th. That should take them to top 6. And then you lose to Liverpool, it won't even matter. So it's a great win for United. It's a great result. It's a terrible result for Chelsea because at this point in the season, you only have 8 points. 8 points through 5 games. I think they've had a decent start to the season in terms of fixtures. They haven't played the toughest of teams, right? So I expected Chelsea to have a strong start to the season. This is a blip. And I'm looking at this table, I'm looking at the teams that are dropping points. I'm thinking to myself, Liverpool are not far and away the best team in the world or anything like that. But the quality of these top teams in the Premier League in key moments is alarming to me. The Chelseas, the Uniteds, the Spurs, the Arsenals, the Cities. This team should be pushing Liverpool a lot harder than it looks like they are right now. And that they will be in the coming months. But I'm not complaining. And as we keep talking about Liverpool-Everton. This game was the first game to start the weekend, and I expected a Liverpool win. I'm not even going to sit up here and say, oh, Merseyside derby, I'm worried. I was not worried. I thought we'd win this game comfortably. And in the first half, the way we dominated Everton, like possession, shots, chances, the first goal, Salah and Gravenberch, this link up that I'm seeing now, I'm seeing something in this link up because the way Gravenberch always seems to find Salah and Salah always seems to find Gravenberch, allowing Gravenberch to move up the field a little bit more, to be a little bit more attacking, not just having him sit in the 6. We're seeing now more goals, more assists, more key passes, more shots. He's doing a lot more already. Right, Arteta has realized that, okay, this is a complete midfielder. I don't want to just make him a DM. He's a complete midfielder, and he's kind of the heart and soul of this midfield team. I know Szoboszlai and his aggressiveness in the tackle and his pressing and all that, but when Gravenberch doesn't play, a part of our team is just a huge part of our team is missing. Right, so it's a great ball from Salah and a great finish, a difficult technical finish over Pickford, who, to be fair, has short arms. If that was probably Alisson or if that was Courtois, it probably doesn't go in, but take advantage of what you can take advantage of, right? And then Gravenberch talks about him being a little bit higher up the pitch, finds a little pocket 30, 35 yards from goal, plays a beautiful pass to Ekitike, one-touch finish, 2-0. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, all the 2-0s previously this season, this would be different. It's the Merseyside derby. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to step on their necks, step on their throats, and just keep going. And what do? We stopped playing after the second goal yet again. And we just let Everton beat up ahead of steam. This is not the same weak Everton under Sean Dyche. This is not the same Everton that can't attack, that can't pick passes. This is Everton that has Drewsby Hall, Iliman and Jack Grealish. This is Everton that has technical players now. They can attack you, and they will attack you and we just let them. Let Jack Grealish build up a head of steam. Start antagonizing Conor Bradley. Start antagonizing the fans. Why? Why every game must we just allow teams to get back into the game and start pressing us? Why? What kind of mentality is that? It's a worrying mentality. When we play Southampton in midweek in the cup, are we going to go up 2-0 and then just sit back against Southampton? This is a very concerning trait in this team. And it's a surprising one because I'm thinking the likes of Robertson, Alisson, Van Dijk, Salah, you're going to be more, on the players. Keep going. Keep pressing. Get another goal. Get a third. Get a fourth. I don't like it. And, of course, Merseyside derby, you let the rival team build up Everton's team. Everton score a great goal. Jack Grealish, back post cross, and Jack lovely cushioned knockdown. And then Idrissa finds the corner. And then now for the next 30, 40 minutes, we're sweating. We're worrying, are they going to equalize again and we have to find a late winner? It didn't happen that way, but it never needed to get to 2-1. It could have been 3-4. We were walking through Everton. We could have scored 4. I'm so confident of that. But we took our foot off the gas again and let another team get back into the game. That's a trick that needs to stop. Right? Florian Wirtz didn't start the game. Isak didn't start the game. They come on. Didn't really do anything because when they came on, we lost all momentum in the game. So they were just shadows. Ekitike before he got subbed off wasn't doing anything anymore. Soboslai wasn't doing anything anymore. Why are we allowing teams to get back into games? Stop this madness, please. Kill the game off first half. Kill the game off beginning of second half, and just coast throughout the game. Save your energy, conserve your mental, I don't know, energy, whatever we want to call it. But it needs to stop. Good win overall, 5 out of 5. Perfect throughout the season. I have some complaints, but I'm not gonna complain too much. Right? We'll just move on to La Liga, and Real Madrid win again. But there wasn't really anything to talk about in this game other than the 2 goals, the 2 long-range goals from Militao and from Mbappe. Dimitrovic, my brother. I mean, for the first goal, that's a shot you should be saving. You should be saving that shot, right? As a keeper, he's been at the top level for a couple years now. Save that shot. Right? It's a great strike, but you really shouldn't be getting beaten from 30 yards from a center back's strike. Especially when it's not so powerful in the corner. You should be saving that. And then Mbappe's one was a little bit tricky because he does this thing where Henry broke it down perfectly. Thierry Henry broke it down perfectly where the way he maneuvers his body and his hips, you're so certain he's going far post, but he always finds a way to just curve it, and it's not even just like he shoots it near post. The accuracy and power is so great that you don't even know what's hit you until it's in the back of the net. And I guess the defender kind of blocked his view, so he saw it late, and so I understand a little bit. But regardless of those 2 shots, I think Madrid would have still won the game one way or the other. Right? They're just in that kind of form right now where even if they don't play amazing football, they're going to score a goal. Mbappe is inevitable. He's going to score every single game. When they play Levante in the midweek, he'll probably score there too. Like, it's just always something with this guy. He always finds a way to find a goal. And I think he's going to do it again and again and again. But Real Madrid, great win for them. Barcelona had to respond, right? No Yamal. Rashford, great performance in the midweek. So what's the line going to look like? They ended up going with Olmo, Ferran Torres, and Lewandowski with Rafinha as the kind of front 4. And the first goal is an incredible goal. This is the kind of goals that Barcelona, I feel like only Barcelona score on a consistent basis. Rafinha to Olmo back heel, Ferran Torres first time finish, 1-0. Like, this is the kind of goals that you only see, like, Barcelona score on a consistent basis for the last 10, 15 years. I don't see other teams scoring a goal like that all the time other than Barcelona. I guess it's just the way they play, the way they're set up, that's how they play football, and it's beautiful to watch. And then gaps started opening up. Rafinha finds Ferran Torres. Did not need to shoot that early, but finds the back of the net. And then later on, Rashford with an assist to Dani Olmo. He gets his goal. Barca are just a machine right now. It seems like every game they play, they will score 3 goals minimum. If they don't score 3 goals, it's because the other goalkeeper had a great performance, or they have an injury to Yamal or Rafinha or something. It seems like as long as they're fully fit, this team will score 3 goals every game. And they had a little blip in that draw against, I think it was Rayo, and I was thinking, okay, is their defense going to be an issue? Is the highline going to be an issue? In games like this, it's never going to be an issue for them. They're just going to find a way to win the game, as they normally do. So credit to Madrid, credit to Barcelona. Both of them still stroke for stroke in this La Liga race. It's going to continue to be like that way throughout the season. I want to see what that October 26th game, is it 26th? What that game looks like, because I'm seeing Barca play better football. And obviously they have kind of a better cohesive attack and options. But then I see Madrid and the inevitability of Mbappe and how their defense is kind of strong. You know, they kind of look more solid defensively. That's gonna be a great game, and I cannot wait. Only a month away, but I cannot wait. Now we move on to a couple of things I want to touch on in Serie A. Now, Napoli continue their perfect start to the season. I said it in the start of the season. I said it's one of the top 10 teams in the world. I said this is a team that I have winning the league again. And it was a little bit iffy against Pisa, taking the lead, getting pegged back to 1-1, then going up to 3-1, and then 3-2 to end the game. So it was an iffy game, right? It was a game where I'm watching the Sofa score, I'm watching the highlights, and I'm thinking to myself, Pisa had a lot of shots on target. They had a lot of shots on target. Like, is Napoli having a bit of a hangover from the Man City game? I would assume so, even though it was so long ago in terms of they played on Monday and the Man City game was, I think, Thursday. It was so long ago, but they were playing with 10 men for most of the game. It was difficult, like, mentally on them, and difficult physically. I think that kind of carried over into this game, because Napoli playing that game against City normally and then playing Pisa, I think it would have been a comfortable 3-1, 3-0 victory. But it was a little bit tasking on them. But great for them to win that game regardless. I think after Champions League games, especially away games against difficult teams, you can never really expect the following league fixture to be as smooth as you want it to be. But as long as you win, that's all that matters. So credit to them for winning that game. Inter getting back to winning ways, beating Sassuolo 2-1. Now, if you guys remember, before Sassuolo got relegated 2 seasons ago, they beat Inter twice in the league. So I'm thinking to myself, is this going to be Inter's bogey team? You've already lost 2 games this season. You cannot lose a 3rd game. If you lose a 3rd game and Napoli has a 9-point gap, I think it would be. Yeah, 9-point gap. I'm not saying Serie A is done, but this is not the same Inter team that I think can run up 10 wins in a row. So you cannot lose this game. Credit to them. They win the game. DeMarco scores his goal. Augusto scores his goal, deflected, but it still goes in. So I'm looking at it like, wow, both of your left backs are out here just scoring goals. How many teams can have a left back score, sub him off, other left back scores? That's depth. That's the word I can use for that. Juventus kind of reverting back to who I always thought they would be, right? Juventus, they'll play great 2-3 games in a row, then they get an inexplicable draw, inexplicable loss, just a random result that you're just like, how? Why? You should be winning this game. But that's kind of what I expect from you. That's why I say Napoli, to me, are the favorites to win Serie A. Because not only do I think they have a great squad and squad depth, but I also think they have the manager to kind of calm the team down through difficult moments like against Man City. That's a game that you expect to lose, but to respond in the fashion that they did, I like Conte for that reason, and that's why I have Napoli winning the league. Right? I saw what Juve did in the 4-4 draw against Dortmund. Like that 4-4. That's why Juve cannot win the league for me, or they won't win the league for me. But moving on to the Bundesliga, and I have to keep talking about Harry Kane, because what Harry Kane is doing for Bayern since he moved there is extraordinary. Extraordinary. I don't know how long he's going to be in that league, but I mean, where do you guys kind of compare him to in terms of Lewandowski for Bayern? I know Lewandowski had a bit of a longer period, but where do you compare him? Because that's another hat-trick, 9th hat-trick in the Bundesliga already. What was that? That means he averaged 4 in the past 2 seasons. He's probably going to get another 3 or 4 this season. This guy's just inevitable. Penalties or not, whatever. How many players are that accurate from penalties anyways? It's like only Ronaldo or James Milner, right? So it's not like it's easy to score them, but he always seems to score them. No matter if he changes his run up, no matter if it's always bottom corner, it always goes in. So credit to Harry. Leonard Carl, the guy that played right wing for Bayern that game. Wow. When I was watching Bayern preseason videos and people saying, "Oh, who do you expect to take the next leap or be the standout player, young player, whatever?" A lot of people are saying Leonard Carl, and I see it now. Wow, and it's tough because Olise is just Olise, right? And I know there's links to him to leave next summer for a clause or whatever to Liverpool. I think he wants to go to back to the Premier League, whatever. It looks like we have a decent replacement in Leonard Carl. Right, it's too soon. I'm not getting ahead of myself, but wow, that kid is going to be a star. Comfortable win for Bayern against Hoffenheim again, and it seems like every time they play Hoffenheim, it's 4 goals, 5 goals, 4 goals, 5 goals. Like they're always smacking Hoffenheim around. And Hoffenheim are just a team that gets smacked. They just concede too many goals. Every single time I watch them, they're conceding chances, they're conceding goals. It's the same old story from Hoffenheim every single season. Now, lastly, talk about PSG for a little bit. Finally losing to Marseille, 1-0. Mason Greenwood. It was a kind of a deflected shot, loops up, Aguerd heads it in. Chevalier, I don't know what he was doing, but PSG, without Dembele, without Doué, they look like a very, very decent team. They don't look that exceptional. And I think that's kind of why, going to my next point, we see why Dembele won the Ballon d'Or. And I know a lot of people are going to be, have their opinions, right? For me personally, when I looked at the entirety of the whole season, Dembele wasn't in my top 5 overall performers, right? But he performed at the end of the season when it mattered the most, which is a great, but I don't think it should overweight. For example, Rafinha and Yamal performed the entire season up until the semifinal, right? That's just one game. So Dembele played one more game than them, but it was deserving of the Ballon. I think a Barcelona player should have won it. Personally, I think Barcelona was the best team in world football last season. You win your league, you win Supercopa de España, you win Copa del Rey. And not you don't just win those trophies, you beat Real Madrid to those trophies, while also having the best performing players in the league as well in your team. So for me, look, I'm a Liverpool supporter. I wanted Salah to win it. Salah kind of tailed off second half of the season, exhaustion, whatever you want to call it. Liverpool as a team tailed off, second half of the season. But guys, Salah had a better season than Dembele last season, all things considered. Like so did Rafinha, so did Yamal, so did Harry Kane, right? But the later stages of the Champions League weigh so heavily on the Ballon d'Or that it's like whoever the best player on the winning team has to get it. I saw Vitinha was like 3rd or something. Really? Like, there's no credibility. Van Dijk 28th, Olise 29th. Or was it 30th? Gyökeres 15th. It's not a credible. Cole Palmer 8th. It's not a credible award at all. But what I will say, I'm happy for Dembele because of what he endured in Barcelona. A lot of it was, yes, on him, not staying fit. That game against Liverpool, missing that chance that would have ended the tie completely. A lot of it, you can blame himself for what kind of happened in his career. But it was, I think, a little bit too far in terms of the abuse he was receiving. For him to go to PSG, revive his career, move into a new position, a new style of play, a new kind of role, he's improved in almost every aspect of his game. His finishing is improved, his link-up play is improved, his passing is improved, he's improved as a player. So I'm happy for him. I'm not gonna say he deserved it, but I'm happy that someone like him got it, right? A humble guy, a guy that always, everything I hear about him or see about him is a positive thing. That's a great achievement for him and his family. So congratulations to Ousmane Dembele for winning the Ballon d'Or. All we want to say about the credibility of the award, I want to say about who we think should have won it. I think it went to a great guy overall. And that's, to me, that means something, at least. That means something to me. So happy for him. And that is kind of the last weekend of football and the last news of the last couple days in this video. So I thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Please continue to subscribe. Leave your comments below in the section and like the video. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace out.